What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to another episode of the Borussia Dortmund Career Mode series. I do believe this is episode 8 now, and we're going to start things off with a scout report from our 1-star scout. And yes, of course, nothing special has come back from our scout, which is a little bit disappointing, but I wasn't expecting anything special anyway. And we also get a little message from Langerak saying that he did want to play in the next match, and it was going to be against Borussia Mönchengladbach, as you can see here. And I would have put him into the starting 11 had this not have been an important match. I really would have, because I do like to keep morale up in the squad. And whenever someone does come to me and, you know, says I want to play in the starting 11, usually I would say yes. But with the goalkeeping woes that I've been having at the moment and just conceding goals that are just very, very sloppy, I really thought that I'd just put him on the bench. And if I'm winning by a lot, then maybe I'd just bring him on for the second half and see how he actually did in the net. But of course, he's a backup goalkeeper, and at the end of the day, this is an important match, and I've got to stand my ground, especially when we're in matches like this against Borussia Mönchengladbach. We really do need to win this match, and Borussia Mönchengladbach certainly have a really strong side, and it'll be a very tough team to basically beat and try and win against. The first chance in the game did come as Raphael laid it off to Thorgan Hazard, who had a shot. And this is something that I've really got to address in my game. I've been watching my game and how I've been playing it over and over, and just running around and trying to defend that way is not how to go, as Aubameyang tries to get put through there, but it is a foul and we do pick up a free kick. But running and passing as passing clearances just don't work, basically. And that is something that I do have to address. I probably do need to just clear the ball away, and that will save me a lot of defending troubles and a lot of stress in defence, because I've really been struggling with defence, and it really doesn't help when I'm passing it out to the opposing team, and that is just out of panic. That is out of pure panic. But the next chance came in the game here as we do a little crossfield ball, and I do like doing them to Błaszczykowski, who does an over-the-top ball to Aubameyang. Really good chance as he cuts inside and uses the outside of his right foot, and that is a fantastic goal by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Once again, getting on the score sheet. He's been fantastic as a right striker, just cutting inside, using that pace. He is very effective on this year's game. He was effective last year because he was pretty strong, I have to admit, and he was very good at heading the ball into the back of the net, and it's no different this year as he gets his 5th goal in the Bundesliga. What a fantastic player he is, and we could have even doubled our lead here as Shinji Kagawa gets played through here. What a great 1-2 it is, but unfortunately, after his return from Manchester United, he's still yet to get his debut goal for the club, or his debut goal since coming back from Manchester United. Of course, I'm sure he's scored a lot more goals, but this is another bit of disappointing play, and something that I really just am not happy about. That is a really poor decision, just to pass it out from the back with my goalkeeper, and that is something that is really affecting my game plan, as well as, you know, just passing it out from the back. I have to be very careful, because if I do it too much, or if I do it in the wrong positions, it really could cost me there, as Immobile hits the post there. Very unlucky indeed. Fantastic build-up play though, leading up to that chance, and that was a really good chance for Immobile to score. I would have expected him to score, considering he has 88 finishing, and it was 1-1 at that point in time. But we got another chance here as Benner does a fantastic over-the-top ball to Mkhitaryan. We pass it across goal to Aubameyang, and how on earth did he miss that? I have no idea. Really frustrating. And to make it even worse, when the AI are doing this, you really know it's not your day. I mean, they're just holding it by the corner flag. That's something new in FIFA, and that's something that's very realistic indeed, and good to see that it's on the game. But it's very frustrating when you're in the game, and it's something that you really don't want. Them parking the bus is very frustrating, because all they do is basically what the legendary AI do most of the time anyway. The majority of the time, they just pass it round, don't really create much in the game, and just are a general annoyance really, and it's very frustrating. But luckily we managed to pick up the ball here. Immobile going on the charge here very late on in the game. 88th minute, would we be able to get anything out of it? We barge it past 2 defenders there, cross it into the middle, and it's Aubameyang to win the header, and Aubameyang to score, once again getting on the score sheet, and that's his 2nd goal in the game. and that is a very important goal indeed, a very, very vital goal from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, getting a goal there from his head, and that is something you're not going to see very often whatsoever, especially that cross from Immobile was fantastic. The run that he'd made, he basically made that goal for Aubameyang, and that does in the end win us the game 2-1. And Immobile playing fantastically with Aubameyang up front. They are a fantastic strike partnership. Unfortunately, Adrian Ramos is still yet to score in the Bundesliga. Will it be in this episode? We'll have to wait and see, but he's not really playing that well at the moment whatsoever, and he's not even really making the bench. That is really disappointing. I would have expected him to be a little bit better, but he's just not effective for this year's game. Last year's game, he would have been absolutely phenomenal with his massive jumping, massive heading, accuracy, and all of that jazz. His really good shooting and strength. But this year, that's not really important. It's more about pace and dribbling as we go into the next match against Paderborn, who are a newly promoted side into the Bundesliga, and they are actually currently doing fantastically well in real life in the Bundesliga. I do believe they're currently above Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga table, which is very interesting indeed. So I knew I'd have my work cut out against this team. Don't know if they'd be as good as they are in real life on FIFA. I'm not really sure about that because, of course, these in-game ratings don't really reflect the team's performances in real life sometimes, and you see that often really in the game. And yeah, I'm very surprised when I did look at the Bundesliga table to see that Borussia Dortmund was all the way down in 12th. That is very disappointing indeed. Want to see my team do better than that. But anyway, straight away, the man I was talking about earlier is Adrian Ramos. He gets on the score sheet finally in the Bundesliga, and he puts it into the back of the net. Once again, it's the left midfielder that's making the move possible, and he crosses it in. Andreas Schürrle to the head of Adrian Ramos, and he puts it into the back of the net, finally getting a goal after almost 2 months. It's very frustrating to see that as Paderborn get a chance here. They're just passing it about. Really good chances. They take a shot, but it hits the post and goes out of play. Very unlucky for Paderborn. Could have got them back into the game there, but that was very similar to Immobile's chance in the last game against Mönchengladbach. And for that reason, I did empathise with them a little bit. But after this happened, you've just got to realise that defending isn't as easy on FIFA 15 whatsoever as Paderborn score there. You'll see the defender there. If you just look closely, the defender that I'm controlling, it's all my fault that Paderborn scored this goal. But something that I do want to give to you guys, a little tip really if you like. Do not run with your defenders when you're in this position. Do not run whatsoever. It's all about being cool, composed, and just basically waiting for them to get in the right position before making the tackle. Running around like a headless chicken will not do you anything, as Royce crosses it in here in the 76th minute, and it falls all the way to Subotic, the man who is currently unsettled and wants to leave the club, scores a goal there. The number 4, the centre-back who is seriously considering leaving the club, scores a goal there, and a vital goal indeed, and one that we really did deserve to score because the Paderborn keeper had made a lot of saves and he did deserve to concede a goal for sure there. And that is Subotic's first goal in the Bundesliga, and a really important goal for us. But we were not done there. Oh no, I wanted to get a third goal. Aubameyang using the pace here, and the defenders just didn't know what to do here as we go into the box, try and have a shot. And that is a penalty every day of the week. Aubameyang couldn't believe his luck. And that is certainly a penalty. Very effective there from Aubameyang. Great work to get the penalty in the first place. Was going to give it to Aubameyang, but I thought maybe I should give it to someone else, because Aubameyang has had a fantastic run of form very recently. But although he did win the penalty, he did everything to win that penalty. I thought I'd give it to this man, Marco Reus, because he is starting to become my favourite player in this team. He steps up for the penalty, and I wasn't sure where to go, so I decided let's just go top left, and it did actually work. Although I didn't put too much direction on it, it still went into the back of the net, and that made it 3-1. Reus converting the penalty from the spot, and that surely did wrap up the game against Paderborn. They certainly had their chances, but we, in the end, showed our dominance really and showed that we are a stronger side than Paderborn, and that the newly promoted sides, they really shouldn't be a challenge for us. But in the end, they were more of a challenge than they should have been. Even though we won 3-1, they were really threatening at times, and they really did show their quality of a newly promoted side at times. And it was good to see that they did fairly well in that match, getting 8 shots. We got 10 shots and 5 on target, but better passing accuracy. That is what I want to be seeing. 91% passing accuracy, and that is fantastic stuff from the team there as we go into the third and final game of this episode. And it's going to be against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga at the Stadion. I'm pretty sure that that's not a licensed stadium. But anyway, you can see that we're currently in first. Frankfurt have had a fantastic start to the season. They are currently in third. So a very important match for us to win. First versus third. And they've got a fairly strong lineup, I'd say. You know, Lucas Piazon is a very good youngster on loan from Chelsea. And they did get the first goal of the game here in the 8th minute. And it was very frustrating because, once again, it was my poor defending. I was just trying to run at the player, and there's no denying that is completely my fault there. A fantastic piece of play there. You can't really take it away from Eintracht Frankfurt. That was some fantastic work there, but we were looking to get back into the game. Schürrle down the right mid and crossing it in, and it's Ciro Immobile. I think I'm saying his first name right, but I'm not sure still. I know I'm saying his last name right. It's Immobile, and for some reason Aubameyang decides to polish his boot, even though he scored with his head. But okay, you know, it's a celebration, and it's certainly one that I'm going to have to stop doing because I just keep doing it. I just press random buttons with celebrations. That's just my honest opinion, and that is exactly what I do. Ciro Immobile getting his 6th goal in the Bundesliga, which is great to see, and a fantastic through ball here on the counter in the 61st minute as we go on the counter attack. Royce goes with a finesse shot, very unlucky not to score, but Immobile is there. Right place at the right time to follow it up and put it into the back of the net and make it 2-1 there. Once again with the celebration, Aubameyang polishing his boot. This time in the right occasion, I guess. Even though it was a tap-in, it was still a good chance, and Royce was very unlucky not to score that one for sure, hitting the post there. But we do follow it up and make it 2-1 there. And Immobile getting both of the goals, his 7th goal in the Bundesliga, and that does win us the game. So very important 3 points, and that is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and if you have, please be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. But on that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you for another episode of Career Mode very soon.